and I'm tired. Anyways, it's 6:17 a.m. I'm not anticipating anybody's going to be up right now. So the early bird gets the worm. Well, everybody's asleep right now. So I thought I'd just keep this quiet, breezy night. Hey, Jacksonville, man. Jaguars. Look, man, I know I'm in your division and I wish the worst upon the Titans, the Jaguars, and the Colts. I really do. But I kind of got a soft spot in me. I do. And I know you probably think I'm trolling or, being sarcastic because my voice kind of gives that impression off. But look, listen, guys. I think since 2008, y'all might have had like maybe 3 winning seasons. It's terrible. And, not only that, but since the last time you guys beaten us in our house, we owned y'all for like 8 years straight. And they always say, well, you want to kick a man when he's down and stuff. Most people will do that. They'll say, I'm going to kick a man when he's down. But to be honest with you, Jacksonville Jaguars fans, man, I feel really bad for you, man. Because I don't even look at y'all as a division rival anymore. I just look at y'all as just another W on the schedule. And I kind of feel bad for you. I do. I generally do. I have a soft spot. Because it'd be one thing if, like, we split the season series every other year or something like that. You guys gave us a little run for our money. And I'm not saying there aren't games where y'all should have beaten us, but, man, you guys sure know how to beat yourselves. And you are 1-5. It's terrible. And, Trevor Lawrence, I'm not saying he's not a good quarterback, but he still acts like he's in college, kind of. And the way the play calling is designed for him, he still acts like he's on college. I say that he needs to cut his goddamn hair, and he needs to understand he's in the NFL now. I remember the other day I was watching like some old like footage of Trevor Lawrence when he was first in the league, and he was like, "Man, I haven't lost a game since I was in high school, man. I've been undefeated throughout middle school and high school," and I'm like, dude, the NFL's another animal. I get it. You won all throughout your college years and, high school and fucking, middle school, and you went undefeated or something like that. But this is a whole nother type of environment here. And I know it's not just Trevor Lawrence's fault. Like, I'm not, like, blaming him per se, but Jesus Christ, that whole organization is one big clusterfuck. And I feel bad for the Jacksonville Jaguars video makers on here that I know of. Like, T. Kirk, he used to make Jaguars videos, and I kind of feel bad for, I kind of feel bad, man. I feel bad for, UCF Jaguar, really cool dude, him and his dad, they do, like, Jaguars videos, and I tend to watch them, don't get me wrong, because I kind of want to keep an eye on my rivals on YouTube. And then I also kind of feel bad for that other guy, Jaganoff, man. They're passionate fans, man, and, there's a couple of them that comment on my videos from time to time, and it's easy to kick a man when he's down. And I know that y'all probably thinking that that's what I'm doing, but I'm going to be honest with you. I made this video because I generally feel bad for those guys. I generally feel bad that you got an incompetent owner that cares more about fake fucking fight and wrestling than he does about his actual football product that makes him multi-million, if not $billion. How do you not care about your fucking football team that makes 10 times the money that your stupid fake pretend fight and wrestling company does? It doesn't make any sense. So are you a wrestling fan or are you a football fan, Con? Just curious. Because you seem to put more effort and more time into making AEW than you do in your own football team. This doesn't make any sense. And your football team is where your moneymaker's at. Not pretend fake fighting. I'm sorry. It's truth. I'm a wrestling fan. I do feel bad for them, man. I do. I feel bad for Jacksonville fans because I don't even consider them a rival anymore. I just look at them and I'm like, this is another dub on the schedule. Easy fucking win. I look at them, the Cleveland Browns, and I feel bad because I don't want to see them that way. I want competition. I want to have a good division where every game I'm going to be challenged. I don't want easy wins. I know it sounds kind of like unselfish of me to say, but I don't want an easy win. I want to go in there. I want to make them earn it. Now, Jacksonville did play us really hard a couple weeks back, and they should have beaten us. But just like Jacksonville always does, they always beat themselves with that conservative play calling, um, running the no huddle offense and diverting back to the conservative play calling, incompetent fucking front office, an incompetent owner who cares more about fake pretend wrestling. Yes, I said it, fake pretend fighting, fake fighting, that he actually does a football product on a field that makes him multi-billions of dollars. Yeah, man, I do. Yeah, I generally feel bad for Jacksonville because they're a very talented team. Since 2017, I mean, they had that one year, back in COVID. And since then, they've been just a complete clusterfuck, and they've been a clusterfuck since 2008. And I mean, only what, 2, 3 playoff appearances in that span? You guys are terrible. And not only that, but we beat you like 98% of the time we play you. It's crazy. Now, you know, I can hate Jacksonville all I want to. I actually used to hate Jacksonville back in the early 2000s because that was when y'all used to beat us. Back when you had Byron Leftwich, you had David Garrard, you had Jimmy Smith, you had Fred Taylor. You actually had talented, and I will go as far as to say Jacksonville has the most talented. They have the most coolest jerseys in the NFL I've ever seen. I'll even admit their jersey colors look better than ours. Like, I can't believe I'm actually saying that. Like, I actually give Jacksonville credit. I like the logo. I like the old logo they had, not the new one. The new one looks like crap. But the old logo looked better. The 2008 colors, oh my God, those were the best colors ever. And they have one of the coolest jerseys in the NFL. And it's just like, they try to bring in all this talent, and it's just like the front office, they just don't know how to use it. And the play calling is just atrocious, you know? And it's like, when I see Jacksonville on the schedule, I'm like, well, there's an easy win right there. There's 1 win we can get right there, 2 wins we can get every year. And I know this sounds cocky of me to say this. I don't want to say that. I want to generally have that fear for Jacksonville that I used to have. The only team that I fear in the AFC South is Indianapolis. And I fucking hate them with a passion because, you know, they've been kicking our asses throughout the years. You know, so that's what I'm saying. It brings me back old memories of Andrew Luck, Peyton Manning, so-and-so, you know, Dwight Freeney, you know, and Marvin Harrison, you know, shit like that. Etcher and James. Those give me nightmares, man, you know? And so when I remember the Colts, I remember that team. I remember that roster. And so that's why I hate Indianapolis, because they've just been owning us throughout the years. Even in years where they sucked really bad, they still fucking managed to beat us. I don't understand it. I remember one year they had fucking Sorgi, and they still fucking beat us, even with Sorgi in the lineup. I'm like, how the hell the fuck did we lose to them? You know, even during Indianapolis's worst years, they still find way. I think they went 2-14 one year, and they beat us both times. I'm like, how the fuck does that happen? And that's why, like, I hate the Colts so much. And they beat us also in the wild card game. 15 or 2017, one of those years. They beat us in the wild card round. And in our house, they beat us too. I think that was Andrew Luck's last playoff game where he beat us. Again, it's just, or last year in the playoffs, I think, before he retired. But, oh my God, I just, you know, I hate Indianapolis. Every time I play them on the schedule, I fucking hate them. Because I know they've mastered the art of playing us. But when we play the Jaguars, I know it's 2 easy dubs right there. 2 fucking easy wins. The Colts give me a heartburn and headaches. Absolutely. Jerry Jones is no better. Man, I'll tell you what, but at least Jerry Jones knows how to get his team to the playoffs. I'll get him that. Jacksonville struggles very badly. And I generally do feel bad for them. I do. Jacksonville not only has the best color, one of the best colors in the NFL, but they also have one of the best stadiums in the league. Absolutely. And like I've always said on my bucket list, I always plan on going to Jacksonville to go to a game, go to a road game. It may not be this year, but I'm thinking maybe next year. Might, you know, pencil me in. I may show up. You know, and I'm just saying that you got an incompetent owner, an incompetent front office, and, you know, the coaching staff is just atrocious. GM, everything. It's just terrible from up to down. It's just like they get in their own way. That's just, and it's just, I feel bad because it's like every year they have these hopes that they're going to do better. And it's just a continuation of more problems, more problems, more problems. You know, in Tennessee, they were supposed to be good this year with Levi or whatever his name is. And now they're like 1-4, 1-5. They're right at the bottom. joining the Jaguars right at the bottom. So it's just us and the Colts basically racing for that division spot, in which I think the Texans will get it with 10 wins. I think 10-7 will clinch it. But like I said, we still got a little ways to go. You never know with Indianapolis what type of run they're going to make going towards the half of the season. So we still got a little ways to go. But the only, on our tails sort of is the Colts. And you just never know what Colt team you're going to get. So, and they got Flacco. Flacco's very good. He's showing shades of his old self. So, 40 years old, Flacco seems to have his shit still intact. So I like Flacco. Always have been a fan of him, And I don't know what the Browns were thinking. They should have re-signed Flacco. They never did. I think it's foolish to go with Deshaun Watson, a guy who obviously doesn't really care about playing in football anymore, and is just robbing Jimmy Haslam of $250 million for that contract, man. That's terrible. And Cleveland gave us the house, which I can understand why they did that, because at the time Deshaun, they figured he just needed a new place. And to be fair, Watson is 9-8 as a starting quarterback for the Browns. So to be fair, he does have a winning record as a starting quarterback for the Browns in 17 starts, but still, he's just goddamn terrible. Deshaun Watson. I mean, come on, man. You should have let me over. Fucking ass. Now I missed the exit. Man, it's some bullshit, man, how these motherfuckers are. And anyways, it is what it is. If you're good in college, you're also good at best of each. College team in the NFL. Yeah, well, some players don't really gel in the NFL. Does that make sense? And Pittsburgh won that game in Vegas the other day, and I had Vegas winning that game, but I was obviously wrong on that pick. But yeah, like I said, Jacksonville, man, I feel bad for your fans mostly, because I know, if I was a Jaguars fan, I would be thinking every year is going to be it's going to be a year we have potential. Now you got Trevor Lawrence, but man, that play calling is just terrible. I remember we were playing y'all last time, and y'all were throwing to Kirk. I'm not going to lie, Christian Kirk kept getting wide open, so I get why you kept targeting him, but eventually we were gonna stop Christian Kirk, and it's like, well, who else do you have on your roster? But a bunch of small scrubs on the off wide, as far as wide receivers concerned. You don't have nobody else really throw the ball to. He's got a real small lineup. It's just how are the Jaguars expected to compete with? And not to mention, it's the play calling is just. I'm watching Doug Peterson or whoever is calling the plays, and it's you're running this college style football for Trevor Lawrence, and it's dude, you need to mix it up a little bit. And you're just playing ultra conservative. That read option crap's not going to work forever. And in fact, it's like the Wildcat, and it's just a lame form of a Wildcat formation. It's Jaguars fans, dude. How many times your front office not going to understand that they need to run more of an up-tempo offense and allow Trevor Lawrence to throw the ball down the field, so that way he can connect and maybe some receivers open. And if you got receivers that'll catch the fucking ball beyond 20 yards, and it's you guys just keep beating yourself. You run the no huddle against us, and then you'd be successful about it half the damn drive, and all of a sudden then you divert, go back to the huddle, and then run the plays, and it gives Texans time to sub in and sub out players, and then we put you guys on 3rd and long, and you just can't convert. And it's Jacksonville just beats themselves every fucking time. It's they get nervous when the pressure is there. When the pressure's there, they get nervous, so then they divert from the no-huddle offense. I'm why don't you run that on us? You're most effective that way. That comes down to coaching. That comes down to play calling, and it's just your coaching staff is just it looks like they're just what's the word I want to use? You guys are just naive when it comes to running something efficient and then sticking with it if it works. If it works and the no huddle's working, why is Trevor Lawrence not running more of a no huddle offense, and why is he not taking shots down the field more? It seems to me just something's not adding up with that kid. Now I agree. There's going to be 15 games this week, and only 2 teams have a bye, which I will be doing my picks later, not now. But yeah, Jacksonville, I hate to say it, man. I feel really bad for you, man. I feel bad for you and your fans. I'm not trolling. I'm actually being dead ass. I think you guys, you deserve better. You deserve better than the product you're seeing on the field year in and year out. And especially if you got Trevor Lawrence in that lineup, man. That should be a franchise quarterback right there. I'm not like blaming Trevor Lawrence, but he plays to finesse. And he still plays like he's in college. He needs to start understanding that it's another animal in the NFL, and he's gonna have to stop running that stupid ass read option and the stupid ass quarterback draw play action pass. Like, start mixing it up some and give Trevor Lawrence the ability to maybe run more shotgun, maybe take more chances on the down the field instead of always just throwing these dinking quarterback half draw plays, man. It just adds up. It adds up, man. And Jaguars fans, I'm not trying to step on you when you're down. If you watch this video, don't think I'm not. I think you guys deserve better. You're 1-5 this year, and you shouldn't be 1-5. You should be better than that, man. And just like the Tennessee Titans are, that's another fucking letdown right there. They should be way better than their record. I can't believe I'm actually praising the teams in my own division when most people would just step on them, step on a man when he's down. But I generally feel bad mostly for Jacksonville because they continue to put themselves in these positions where they beat themselves. If you look at every week, almost every game they lost, they beat themselves. They should have beaten Miami in week 1. They blew a 17-0 point lead. They blew that game. I think that honestly fucked their whole mind psyche up. Then you guys get trampled on Monday Night Football against the Bills. I mean, you just got your asses handed to you by Allen. And it's like, you guys just cannot seem to catch a break. You're dropping passes against the Chicago Bears in a game you should have beaten the Bears. You should have beaten the Chicago Bears. And then also, you lose to us when you should have beaten us too. They should have beaten us. Jacksonville had that game, and they beat themselves. They've stuck to the no huddle, and then they would just pull it and just run conservative and run that bullshit half-assed quarterback draw. It's like, dude, this is why your team is in the position it's in, Jacksonville. And this isn't a hate week. This isn't like anything like that. We played the Packers this week. You guys got a London game against the Patriots. Now, that's going to be a game. Who y'all playing? What's his name? Drake May or whatever his name is, or whoever. Now, of course, both of y'all say, well, we're going to beat each other because we know we're better than them. But y'all are both 1-5, so y'all are both trash, basically. So y'all both got to play each other in London at 1-5. So it means the loser goes to 1-6. You know what, Jacksonville? I'm going to pencil you in to win that game. But don't let me down because you guys are supposed to win. Okay? Give me a reason to want to cheer for this division. Like, come on, man. Hype it up some. Prepare us for this. Because I'm telling you this right now. Jacksonville, man, you guys are... god awful. You're almost down there with the Browns. Like, the only thing that's stopping is that Jimmy Haslam's more of an idiot than Khan is. Khan is actually not, he's not that intelligent, but he's more preoccupied in fake pretend wrestling when he should be what? More into his product on the football field. If I owned a wrestling company and I owned a football company, I'm not saying one is better than the other because that's really up for interpretation. But I'm going to go where money goes. If I'm making more money in the NFL, then I'm going to preoccupy my time to focus on football and less on professional wrestling. But instead, what Khan does is he focuses more on AEW. He's more involved in AEW than he is with football. To me, that doesn't make any sense because your moneymaker is your NFL team. I mean, are you guys going to move to London? Because, and that's another reason why I feel bad for Jacksonville. They get all the London games, or like the vast majority of London games. The NFL just loves them for some reason being in London for vast majority of the games. And so you have to ask yourself, okay, well, what is the NFL going to do? Are they basically giving you the hint that they're going to move you to London and you're going to be the London Jaguars? I think that's stupid. I think Jacksonville deserves a football team, and I think they deserve to keep the Jaguars. And that's what I'm saying. It's, I can't help it but to feel bad for them, man. It's like you might lose your team. Your city's been a clusterfuck. Khan doesn't. Your owner could care less about the football team. He cares more about what professional fucking fake pretend fighting. He cares more about that. And it's like, dude, what are you doing? It's like, why do you care more about fake pretend fighting than you do about your football sport? This doesn't make any sense. You care about two guys going in a scripted fucking match? Come on, man, stop. You care more about that? You're not even drawing that much money in AEW. You should be focused on football, sir. You should be focused on your team, the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are a multi-billion-dollar company. Why would you care about a fake pretend fighting sport that you lucky get 500,000 viewers on a good day when you can make 30 times the amount of that on your NFL football Monday Night Football game or whatever your team is scheduled to play? This is incompetency, childish, ignorance almost. It's like telling me that wrestling's real even though you know it's fake. And I like wrestling, don't get me wrong, I don't watch it anymore, but every now and then I'll watch a match or two here. But I would be a fool to sit here and say, I'm going to support my wrestling company that brings in literally no fucking money, or not enough money, or not even a fraction of the money that the Jaguars would bring me in. No, I'm going to focus on my football team. And then wrestling comes after that. I'm not saying that you can't focus on wrestling, but focus on your moneymaker, which is the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's common sense. But, these days people don't really have common sense. Speaking of which, I want to try that new Wednesday Whopper at Burger King. They came out with the Addams Family menu. Morticia's got that drink, like a chocolate cake drink or something like that. Man, I want to try that. I'm telling you, I'm gonna go to fucking Burger King and try that. And then the thing he has the front the onion rings. I think go away, you guys, the churro fries, and you dip them in the chocolate. They got like a chocolate sauce that comes with the churro fries, but Morticia's drink is definitely what I want to try. And the Wednesday Adam burger, like it comes in like a purple like bun or something like that. It's supposed to be like Halloween. Oh yeah, and also Wendy's got the new SpongeBob Krabby Patty hamburger. So I get to pretend like I'm Mr. Krabs for like when I'm eating the burger. Since technically the Krabby Patty is from Mr. Krabs' restaurant. Yeah, but Jacksonville, man, I just want to say to you and your fans, I do generally feel sorry for you. And I hope that you guys, get your shit together. Maybe next year. Because this year it's a lost cause. Now you got to ask yourself, well, if we go to London this week and the Patriots kick our ass, then should we allow Doug Peterson to fly home in the plane flight, or should we just kick him out without a parachute? Well, that's left up for you guys to decide. I'm not, saying that y'all should or shouldn't do that, but, I'll leave that up for you, But, London's always the place where coaches get fired after that game. You're like, all right, man, we're flying back, and you're not welcome on the plane. That's for damn sure. Like I said, I'm not saying the Texans haven't had their ways of losing, because like I said, it took us 10 years to make the playoffs. We didn't even get our first win in season until our 9th season in the NFL. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it took us 10 years to get a win in season. Like, and literally, I think it was 10 years in the league to finally get our first win in season. Or it was like 11 years, something like that. But the point is that, even as dumb owners as we got, even though Bob McNair passed away, but his son still owns the team, at least the front office is somewhat competent. I will give them that. The Texans front office has made some really good picks since 2020. In fact, we've had 24 players still on the roster that's on the starting roster since the 2020, since drafting in the 2020 till now. So it's we got a young roster, and our team is doing real well. And like I said, we're 5-1, and we might actually not only win our division. I'm not going to say we're going to win a Super Bowl, but I think we got a good shot in having a decent playoff run. Maybe coming out of the wild card, winning a game, and maybe losing the divisional like we always do. or even possibly making the Final Four. AFC Championship game. I mean, it is highly possible. I wouldn't put it past the Texans. I think we got a good shot in doing so. Absolutely. And anyways, yeah, I just want to say, Jacksonville, man, get your shit together. For your fans out there, I feel bad. I really do feel bad. I hope that you guys can rebound from this and rebuild maybe next year, you know. I know we play you guys later in Jacksonville, so I'll be waiting for that matchup, man. But for your fans, man, hang in there. And, you know, hang in there, man.